In this video, I'm going to show you how to keep track of kills, assists, and deaths. We're going to use the basic gun from the last video. I'll put a link in the description, but you can add this to any weapon. I just like using the basic gun because there's not a lot of code in it, right? It's easier to follow along. Now, player 1 here, I'm going to shoot player 3. Boom. Now, player 2 is going to finish him off. Player 2 should get the kill, but player 1 should get the assist. Yeah. And then player 3 got the death. No bueno. Brah. But anyway, I thought that would be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and then we'll add this to the game when we're all done. I have an empty base plate right here. And the first thing we're going to do is get the simple gun from the last video. If you don't have it, you could do the last video in the playlist, or you could just grab this gun. This is the one I did. I'm going to right click, view in browser. I'll put this link in the description. The ID is 5046. This will be like get model. You go ahead and press it. And then when you come back to Roblox Studio, you should see it in here. Unfortunately, I have a few of them, so it got a little confusing. I'm going to press it, right? And then we have 2 scripts. That's all right if you want to know what's in them. Last video is a good place to look. All right. Put this tool in the starter pack. Yes, that's what we want. Let's go ahead and close that. Let's take a look at our damage script, right? So whenever you're doing kills, deaths, assists, not deaths, but kills and assists, you're going to want to look for the take damage. Luckily, we don't have a lot of code here, so it's easy to find. We're going to handle kills first. Let's keep track of kills first, then we'll add the assists and the deaths. Let's go back to our game. Let's go to the toolbox, and then under the creator store, models, I'm going to search for sword, right? Or you can type it in, sword. Right? And we're going to grab the Roblox sword. We're going to steal their code so we don't have to type as much. There it is. Yep, 2 scripts. There's a server script. Let's take a look. All right, we got the server script, and we got mouse icon. Server script is what you want. We're going to look for take damage. So let's open that up. And then we'll do a control F, and I'll do a take D for damage. Oh, look at that. We are going to need these 2 functions. All right, so I'm going to look for this one, control F. Oh, there it is. Tag humanoid, and then we also, I need to tag, untag humanoid. So let's just copy this, right? Control C. Let's go back to our gun. Pistol, I mean, and we'll do the damage script up here, control V. All right, so I see a little red line here. That's for the debris service. That is going to make the creator tag go away after 2 seconds. We are going to tag the humanoid when we hit it, when we do damage, and then if they die within a certain period of time, they're going to have a creator tag on there from the person who shot them that's going to be able to give credit for the kill. That's a pretty cool way of doing it. If you don't get it, just follow along. Eventually you'll get it. I just thought to put a game.debris because we don't have a debris variable. So that got rid of that line right there. Now, I don't usually use caps on my functions. I use camel case. I believe they call this Pascal case when you use the caps. Although Pascal was like one of my first languages and we didn't call it Pascal case. In fact, I think we used snake case in Pascal, but that was what, 30 years ago. All right, so we have our tag humanoid. We have untag humanoid. Let's go down here. Right before the damage, we are going to untag the humanoid when we shoot him to remove anybody else's tag. We're going to have to change that for assists. Let's pass in our humanoid. Do we need anything else? Nope, just a humanoid here. Here we need humanoid and player because we're going to put the player name. We're going to put the player instance in the value of the tag. All right, so we go down here. And then we'll say tag humanoid and hum and then player. And we get the player coming in from the remote event because it was fired with a local script. All right, so that puts a tag on the humanoid. All right, so it strips off everybody else's tags, adds your tag with your name in there, whoever shot them. The tag will disappear in 2 seconds. If they die within that 2 seconds, we could find out who killed them. But because we're doing assists, I'm going to increase this time, let's say 15 seconds. Right? That way it doesn't disappear very quickly, and we could use it for an assist if somebody else kills them off. All right, now what does this do? Right now, it does nothing. We need to go to server script service, open that up, and in our game, in our playlist, we have, I usually call this game manager. I've been calling it battle manager for this playlist. Battle MGR. That'll work. Let's add something to the player to save data. The most basic is the leaderboard, right? But I'm gonna do a leaderboard, but I'm actually gonna call this function addPlayerData, because we're gonna keep stuff in here like ammo and other stats that's not going to be on the leaderboard. So it's going to be more general. And then we're going to pass the player in. Now, I am going to use a board, at least in the beginning. And we'll get a board.Instance.new, and this could be a folder or a model. The parent is going to be the player, and then board.Name equals leaderstats. It's got to be spelt like that. When we use folders, we're going to put it on the player. We can call the folders whatever we want. All right, we're going to do kills first. So let's get a kills metric. So kills equals Instance.new IntValue, right? Integers are like 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, but we won't use the negatives. We're just doing positive integers for the kills. All right, we're going to need to name it. Kills, name, and this is what's going to show up on the leaderboard. So I'll say kills. Now we have to call our addPlayerData. So let's do that by getting the game.Players.PlayerAdded event and capturing that in a function. Player will get passed in an anonymous function, and then we'll do addPlayerData right there. Remember, you got to call your function or it's not going to fire. Let's hit the play button, see what we got. Make sure there's no errors. There we go. Oh, look at that. We got a leaderboard that says kills. It still doesn't record the kills. We're just checking to make sure we don't have any errors. And it doesn't look like we have errors. What about that creator tag stuff? Did that do anything? Oh, that's looking good. No errors down there. Cool. Let's move on. Let's go ahead and close this window. Let's turn off our game, and we'll go back to our battle manager. The battle manager is here under server script service in case you lost it. In order to add the kill to the leaderboard when it happens, when you shoot somebody and a creator tag is put on them and they die, we are going to go to our player added event and then grab the player in there, get the character added event. That's when the character is added to the game, like when they die and they respawn, they come in, or in the beginning of the game, right? When they start. We'll do the function. The character will get passed in. I spell it CHAR because it's easier to spell. Just keep that in mind. And then when the character comes in the game, we're going to get a hold of the humanoid from the char WaitForChild call for the humanoid. And then if there's a humanoid here, it's going to plop it in there. If the humanoid's not quite ready yet, we're going to wait right here. And then the humanoid will get passed in the hum variable, right? I call that hum because that I and an O on humanoid always gets confusing. So let's get the hum, and then the hum has a died event, right? Let's connect that. Oops, not connection, connect to an anonymous function. We're not going to pass anything into this one. This is going to fire when the humanoid fires the died event. So when you die, that's going to fire. And we'll go ahead and get a variable for any tags that might be on the humanoid. So this, we should call this like possible tags. How about POS tags? We're going to get everything inside the humanoid. So we'll say GetChildren. Now there's other things in the humanoid, right? There's the animator, there's scale stuff like that. So let's do a little loop here. Let's say for IMB in pairs, we're going to do posTags for possible tags. Do if v.Name equals I like to use double quotes. You could use single quotes too, though. Creator. Then we need to get the enemy player that caused this died event. Right? So the enemy player is in the creator tag. So we call it ePlayer. ePlayer for enemy player. V, that's the tag that says creator. Value is the player of the person who shot this guy. Right? And then we'll go the ePlayer.leaderstats. Now, if you don't have a leaderboard on here, or you change this to something else, this is going to have to change. Just keep that in mind. You could get an error if you're not following along exactly. All right. We're going to get the kills from the leader stats. We're going to get the value, and we'll do a plus equal 1. So we'll get the old value. We'll add 1. That should do it. In order to test this out, we're going to go to the test tag. And for now, let's just use 2 players because it takes less time. So I hit 2 players here under local server. I'm going to hit start. I'm going to pause the video because this takes like 2 minutes to start up on my old computer. All right, I got my 2 players here. I am going to close these windows so I have a little more space. I get my pistol. And I should probably increase the damage. There we go. So we got a kill, right? This is player 1. Player 1 got a kill. Cool. Let's do deaths. Hey, should we check out the sword to see if the sword does it? It's Roblox. It's a Saturday. Everything's going laggy. So this should work too, right? We got another kill because we took the code right from the sword. We did a few modifications on the naming of the functions, but it's essentially the same code. So you can see how that translates over. It's good to be consistent, but we are now going to deviate from that consistency by making an assist tag. Now we got to go over to our weapon. Here's our starter pack, pistol. We want the damage script again, where we put that tag humanoid and untag humanoid. I am going to modify tag humanoid, right? So we have our creator tag. We want that. That's fine. But what I want to do is I'm going to add assist stuff here, right? So assist stuff. I'm going to need a table to hold assist information. So I'm going to go up to the top of the script, right under the bang. I'll do local. Assist table. Now, this isn't the only way to do it, right? There's a bunch of different ways of doing it. But I'm going to put all of the tags that contributed to the death in this table, and I will collect this information, not in tag humanoid, but when we untag the humanoid, right? So when you do a hit here, I got a humanoid, we untag everything, and then we tag them. So an untag, instead of just peeling things off, let's peel them off and save the info. So I'll say assist table. I'm going to make sure this table is empty when I start my for loop. Now right here we have, we check to see if it's an object value and if the name is creator. It's a little bit safer. Then I'm going to split this up. I'm going to put an if then right here, and then I'll do an if creator tag. And so we're going to do this if to make sure it's an object value. If it is an object value, we'll look to see if it's creator or v.Name equals assists. Are we going to do S on that? No, let's not do S on that. Let's just do S for assist. It's an assist tag. Then in the table, I'm going to do key value pair. I'm going to do assist table square bracket dot value. What is that? That is the name of the player that put the last tag. So we have a creator tag or an assist tag. We are going to store their name as the key. The value is just going to be 1. We're only going to give each player 1 credit, whether it's an assist or a creator, right? But if you get to here, we're going to peel off the creator. All right, let's see what we got. I think that'll work. I think that's all we have to do. Just put the stuff in here. And then we go up to here for our assist stuff. We'll do a loop. So for the first value is the key. That's the player, remember? And then the second V is just going to be 1 if it exists. I just did it that way. Not the only way to do it, right? So we'll get all of our players and V in pairs in our table. We want to make sure that if PLY user ID, make sure I spelled that right, not equal to the player user ID. Why? Because that person's going to get a creator tag, not an assist tag. Right? So we'll do that. All right. So this guy right here, we got to make sure he's going to get a creator tag. These people right here are going to get assist tag. So that's why I'm just making that check. Not him. Don't give it to him or her. All right. So we'll say local. Well, heck, we got all that code right here. Should we do this? Control C, Control V. We could call it creator. I think I'm gonna be a little more. I'm gonna be a little more careful though. We'll say assist tag, assist tag, assist tag, assist tag, assist tag. Oh, don't forget that. That'll mess you up. So this is going to be this player, the PLY, right? The one in the loop. Don't use this guy. It'll never fire because we're making sure that it's not that guy right there. All right. So what do we got? Do we miss anything? Assist. All right. So we got our assist. We got our player. Yeah, looking good. Is 15 seconds good? I might even increase that. I might say, how about 20? I'm going to keep this one the same too. 20. Battles actually can last more than 20 seconds. Play with those numbers. Maybe get rid of that space right here. I think I got everything. I don't want to make a mistake and then have to redo part of the video. Cool. Yes. Now let's go to our battle manager. Remember that one is in server script service, battle manager. And here, oh, we got to add it to our leaderboard. Let's do the assists and the deaths. So addPlayerData. I did a copy. I'll do a control V, a control V. This one is going to be assists. Oh, we can make it with an S or not an S. Yeah, I'm going to make it with an S because it's going to be the collection of. Control C, control V, make that capital because that's what's going to show up. Assists. And then this is going to be deaths, right? Control C, control V, D. We haven't done deaths yet, but that's all right. So now this right here is going to be very, very much the same. Control C. Just go ahead and hit enter. Control V. Paste the same code one more time. Now this assist, this is going to be assist with no S, right? We didn't put an S on that, but here we did. It's the collection of assists, right? Assists. Just make sure this name is the same as this name. Control C, Control V. I don't trust myself, right? And that should work. Let's go ahead and test this out. We're going to have to do it in the test server, and we're going to need 3. So I'll hit 3 players. I'm going to hit the start, and then I'm going to pause the video because it takes like 2 minutes to start up. All right, so we got our 3 players. That is 1. All right, and then we'll get the second one. Third player's off screen. You can't see him. Draw. So that's player 2. Boom. Let's get player 1. Cool. So player 2 got the assist. He was the first person to shoot over here. And then player 1 got the kills. Now all we have to do is the deaths. And it's actually really easy. Let's hit our cleanup in case that doesn't fire. We're going to go inside the battle manager here and just add the death event. Or I should say record the death event. We're capturing the death event right here. Pretty easy. So player dies. We'll just say, how about player.leaderstats? Let me just copy it. I know those are spelled right. Leaderstats.Deaths.Value plus equals 1, right? And now when he dies, we're gonna get a death. We could just use the player here, right? It's just a death. We'll just reset our character to see if it works. All right, there's our deaths. Reset the character. Boom, we got deaths, right? Deaths is trivial. Cool. And if you want to do this with the NPCs, you are just going to have to go to your battle manager, grab this code right here, get the character, the NPC character, and then listen for the humanoid or look for the humanoid, capture their died event. You're not going to do this inside the NPC because you're not going to keep track of their deaths. And then just copy this code and put it in there. Basically, this whole died event, or all of this code, except for the player death right here. Just put that in the NPC and you're going to get good results. All right, now we need to move it to our game that we had in our playlist. Here's my Purge Battle 1. Now we could just save off the pistol and put it in there, but it's only one script that we did. Let's go to our places. So we're going to only make the changes in the place itself, in the Purge map, this place right here. That's our lobby. I'm going to double click that. I'm going to pause while that's open up. Pause the video. All right, so my map is open right here. I don't need that. I do need my battle manager. So go to server script service. There's our battle manager. Open that up. Oh, look how tiny that is. Control, mouse wheel. Cool. And I'm going to put some of my code right in. Do I want to put it there? Let's take a look. Battle manager. Yep. I want to put my addPlayerData there. Control C. Go back to my map. There we go. Control V. And down here, oh, we don't even have a player added event. Don't go below the game loop, or we could just spawn that in a thread. So right above the game loop, let's grab, oh, that's the purge map. Let's grab this player added event. Control C. Purge map. Boom. Nice. All right. And then our weapon, right? Go back to our thing that we were just working on. In the weapon, starter pack, pistol, damage. You could grab the whole thing. Well, you better not, because you might be modifying your own weapon, right? So just get the assist table, tag humanoid, untag humanoid. And we need those two too. Well, all right, it's practically the same script. Let's just do it all. Control A, Control C. If you're modifying your own weapon, you're just going to have to be more careful. Purge map. Open up our starter pack. Oh, I have 2 pistols in there. It's all right. I'm going to delete one. Must have been playing around with it. Yep, purge map. And I'm going to open up damage. Control A to select it all. Control V. Cool. I'm going to save this off. Publish to Roblox. And I'm going to go to the Roblox website. Start up the game. All right. I am on my Roblox page. Simtech Gamer 7. Oh, look at that. My alt is already in here. Let's go ahead and start this up. I'll hit the play. I'm going to pause the video while it's starting up. All right, so we're going to start the battle. We got Thunder X here helping out for the assist. We're going to try and kill PC Baker 000. I'm going to jump him out of the plane. If I could get it. There we go. He's gone. We're at the edge of the world. I decided not to wait because I don't have a very long battle. Boom. So I'm going to shoot him. Thunder X is going to kill him off. Sweet. So Thunder X got the kill. SimTag Gamer 7 got the assist, and PC Baker 000 got the death. All right, so now what we need to do is start adding data stores to this thing.